threat. Nah, I'm just telling you. Life deals you the hand you have to play, and sometimes good people are forced to do bad things.
I'm Fisco, what you call a drug dealer, a guy wallowing in the mire. But even in this damn life, I've tried to hold on to something real. Ever since I can remember, I never had what you'd call a normal childhood. My father was a bastard who ran a private club. Luckily, I had the toughest grandmother in the world. She was like a femme fatale, straight out of an old movie. Dressed in a sharp suit, she walked into my father's smoke-filled dance hall and shot him once in each leg. Just like that, I was taken away by my grandmother.
I just spoke to your daddy. You're gonna come live with Grandma now.
She started teaching me how to inspect goods, how to keep the books, how to deal with all kinds of shady people. Later, a little kid showed up at our place. Some woman high out of her mind left him as collateral and never came back to claim him. From that day on, I not only had to learn the business, but also how to be an older brother. I changed his diapers, fed him, held him when he cried. The two of us were like weeds, stubbornly pushing our way up through the concrete, clinging to each other to survive. That little bastard would put anything in his mouth, but his favorite snack was cigarette butts. So we started calling him Ashtray.
Come here. Let me take it. No. Get the, yeah. This fucking kid. He's eating fucking cigarettes. Now you're fucking one of us, right? What are you, a little fucking ashtray?
Grandma also taught me that sometimes violence is the fastest way to solve a problem. I saw with my own eyes how she used a crowbar to beat the shit out of a guy who owed her money. I don't know what came over me at that moment. Maybe it was because the guy was getting beaten too badly. But I actually tried to step in and stop her. As a result, Grandma couldn't pull back in time, and the crowbar hit me right on the head. When I woke up, I had a new scar on my head, and my mind hasn't been as sharp since. But soon Grandma's health started declining day by day, until she finally collapsed straight down in the bathroom. Grandma left, the entire world, the entire business, and the ashtray all pressed on me alone. It was in the middle of this fucked up life that I met Rue. That girl always had this lingering sadness in her eyes. She wasn't just my client, she was a friend I'd watched grow up. I sold her the very stuff that was destroying her, yet deep down I never wanted her to use it. I knew I couldn't just let this thing devour her any longer. Once, when she was overcome by drug cravings and came to my place making a scene, I forced myself to lock her outside. Listening to her curses through the door, I felt like a total failure.
Fist! You're full of shit, man. You know you make your living off of selling drugs to teenagers? And now all of a sudden you want to have a fucking moral high ground? You're a fucking dropout drug dealer. You know that? You're a fucking dropout drug dealer with 7 functioning fucking brain cells.
Later, in order to help her and Jules get rid of Nate's harassment, I warned that bastard that if he dared bother them again, I want his life. Turns out he was even scummier than I thought. Went and tipped off the police who raided my place. The ashtray and I had no choice but to flush all the product down the toilet. To make things worse, I had gotten this product from a guy named Rat in order to pay back the huge debt. I had no choice but to take a desperate risk. I robbed a doctor's house. I beat him half to death in front of his son. I got the money, but I also felt like a part of me died in that house. I always thought I had a bottom line, but at that moment I realized that to survive I was capable of fucking doing anything. As soon as word got out about the police investigation, Rat couldn't sit still anymore. Worried about being dragged down by me, he showed up at my place directly. But he didn't expect that my usually quiet younger brother was deep down more ruthless than anyone. Just as the tension reached its peak, Ashtray burst in wielding an iron hammer and swiftly finished him off. Looking at the fallen body of the Rat and his accomplice whose nose was smashed next to him, my mind went completely blank.
Dude, what the fuck?
After handling the business matters, we went to a New Year's party. There I met Lexi. She was sitting quietly on the sofa, completely out of sync with the surrounding noise. We started chatting as soon as we met, covering topics from God to history, from pagans to why she thought Christians stole Christmas. She knew a lot, and her way of speaking was fascinating. Chatting with her, I felt like the rusty gears in my head started turning. Again, I hadn't felt this way in a long time. Feeling of lightness.
I got a cut soon, but I just want to tell you that talking to you was one of the best parts of my whole year.
Yeah, right.
Hope to see you soon, Lexi. Have a good night.
You too.
Just when I thought this night might finally hold something good, I noticed Nate was there too. The trap he set for me I hadn't forgotten for a single day.
The last time we talked, didn't you say you wanted to kill me?
Yeah, well. To a new year, Playboy.
I pinned him to the ground and punched him over and over until his face was covered in blood. Only when I watched him being dragged away like a dead dog did the pent-up rage inside me finally release. Before long, Nate's father, Cal, showed up at the store. First he interrogated me like a creep, and then he started lurking around my front door when Ashtray dragged him inside. Cal beat around the bush asking about a CD. To be honest, I was completely confused at the time, but his well-dressed appearance that couldn't hide his perverted vibe made me extremely uncomfortable. In the end, he even tried to scare us with the police, seeing that this old bastard was fucking endless. The ashtray directly smashed his head open. This hit directly knocked the truth out of him. He confessed all his shitty affairs with Jules. It was only then that I realized Nate was such an asshole because he took after his dad. That's not cute, man. What the fuck?
What?
What kind of weird-ass father-son shit is going on around here, bro?
I'm extremely confused.
You're confused? I'm fucking confused, bro.
Me too.
I don't even know what the fuck you're doing here.
Do you mind if I just leave?
Finally, I told him to get out and warned him to stay away from all of us. In those few days, Cassie and Nate's drama became the talk of the town. Everyone was gossiping about it. Lexi was completely drained because of this. She worried about her sister's self-destructive behavior, and also anxious that her script might hurt the people around her. In her world full of dramatic conflicts and emotional chaos, my place somehow became a neutral zone where she could catch her breath. She came to me seeking affirmation and encouragement. And in her, I saw a rare kind of purity and talent in this crazy East Highland. I smoked a cigarette and listened quietly to her talk. In that moment there were no drugs, no violence, no all that messed up stuff, only the two of us. And an old movie about friendship and growth.
But for real though, if your play is anything like Stand By Me, you're not gonna have no problems.
Over the past few months, Lexi and I have chatted on our phones nearly every day. I told her I would definitely go to her stage play. I would sit in the front row and clap for her. And that was a promise I would keep no matter what. For Lexi's opening night of the stage play, I had never prepared for anything so seriously. I took out my best suit and clumsily tied my tie. I even went to the flower shop and bought a bouquet. I also wrote a card by hand, on which I scribbled the words I wanted to say to her. Just as I was about to leave for the appointment, Custer, that guy who had been hovering around me, finally showed his true colors. He came to my house with a police listening device, trying to extract evidence of mine, Ashtray's guilt regarding the death of the rat. At the critical moment, Faye, who was usually rather foolish, became unusually clear-headed. She pretended to smash a cup to warn me and tried to pin the blame on Lori.
I thought you told me that Lori killed Mouse, right?
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
What are you talking about? Are you high?
You know that Lori and those fucking people, they scare me. Why are you trying to protect them?
I'm not fucking protecting anyone. What the fuck is this?
So you're working for Lori?
Hey, no. So how about you just shut the fuck up?
Faye's very brave, but it was already too late. Ashtray wouldn't wait in his life philosophy. There's no negotiation or maneuvering. He walked behind Custer and stabbed him in the neck. Everything happened too fast. Custer collapsed on the sofa, making gurgling sounds in his throat, blood gushing from between his fingers. I rushed over and covered his mouth until he was completely still. I know the police are coming soon. I made the only choice, to take all the blame myself.
Listen to me. Just go out there and surrender. It's all on me, bruh. You hear me? They gonna come in here. They gonna find me with the knife in my hand. Tell them you have nothing to do with this shit. Listen to me. I did this shit. I killed this motherfucker. You heard me? Not you. Wash your fucking hands. I love you, brother.
But my younger brother, the one who'd been fiery-tempered since childhood, how could he agree? He grabbed a gun and locked the bathroom door. When the Soweto team broke it down, a gunfight destined to be a tragedy erupted. I looked at the ashtray. There was no trace of fear on his face, only resolve. A final red laser dot landed on his forehead. The gunshot rang out, and the world went silent in an instant. My brother, the one who'd risk everything to protect me, died right in front of my eyes, and I could only lie powerless in a pool of blood watching it all happen. My story began with a gunshot, and it ended with one too. I don't know what will happen next. Maybe prison, maybe death. But none of that matters anymore, because the most important person in my life is gone. And the date I promised Lexi, I'll never make it.